Alright. Let the massacre begin. For the black swordsman, sacrifices must be made. She might as well be Griff. Almost. Never mind. No berserk spoilers. What will snap Asta out? I'm wondering what role would our team member, the witch, I forgot her name, Vanessa, because this is her quote unquote mother, right? Because we see in the opening there's a cat and thread of fate, and this episode is called something similar. I'm really surprised she was able to take control of the demon. Huh. Huh. Oh, stopped it himself. Come on, man. We'll see about that. He doesn't not have magic. He has anti-magic. Oh my god. That's how it goes into your blood. Oh, the sounds. It's like blood bending. What's her obsession with perfection? Nakama. No man, humans are imperfect. That's what we are. Now when she says that my daughter, does she mean all witches? No. Okay. So this is like specifically my daughter. But more like a puppet sense, right? Yeah, this thing. Such a cool image. Giant ass cage. I think we theorized back then that she was likely the daughter. Nobody probably knows of her existence either. That's why she's there. What do you mean by control destiny? You want to control her destiny, so but at the same time you want her to be in control of destiny in general. She really believes in her divinations, right? I think we saw that way back when we were watching the start of the arc. And these two. But we're just part of your imagination. She grew up in this cage for years. That's an interesting way. This line. I don't know why it's so funny. For fuck's sake. So the threads that she creates can be more than her, or can alter destiny. Is that what we're trying to hint at? Until Yami comes along, right? Why did he even come here? The thing is, she could have easily escaped whenever she wanted, but that mental resistance, right? Throughout all the years. An alien species. And a damn good looking one. Really. It's all in her head, you know. Like, no fate but what we make. That's from Terminator. Probably going around the entire forest. Where the fuck did that guy go? Causing havoc. Destiny is also about choices, you know. Like, what do I do? Having that agency has been stripped away from her. That is what it is, right? A result of choices. That's a good way of looking at it. So far, out of all the Black Bull's backstories, I think I like her a lot. And there was one more, I can't remember. Pretty cool. I wonder who joined first in the entire team. She seems to be a senior, and then Finral. Yes, found family. Fuck your actual family. That's the music. That's the cue. Come on. New spell unlocked. New spell. Change destiny. That's the cat. Fuck, I got chills. That's the cat. We keep seeing red thread of fate. Fuck, I got chills all over my body. You're outmatched. Get out of here. What will a cat do? A cat and a ball of yarn, like thread. That is interesting. That is an interesting visual. How do you control fate? Such an OP power. Okay, let's see it. So it responds to her thoughts. I mean, she's not dead, obviously. What happened? This is like I don't want to spoil JoJo's part 5, but if you know, it's like some time travel fate shenanigans going on here. You will not arrive at the destiny. She basically changed fate. Oh, that is cool. It's like how she is controlling Asta from inside through his blood like a puppet. It's so similar. The magic is so similar with the red thread of fate, but it's more powerful. What Vanessa has. It's more direct than controlling through blood because it's actually changing fate. This is going to break the entire story. Oh. Yes, made of thread, come on. Change your own fate. Yeah, you're just manipulating. She's changing destiny. This is true power. That is broken, man. That is so broken. Yeah, but you can't control her. You're done. Can she not attack with the cat on herself? Cat. Now what will happen to her? Oh god, it's raining blood. No? You did it. Perfection is defeated. Fuck off. That is such a cute power. Now I wonder if this is an ancient spirit or is just a manifestation of Vanessa. You can use that in so many situations. Okay. All right, this was purely a Vanessa focused episode. Much appreciated. When we got this some kind of resolution back then when we were watching Black Clover before the Diamond Kingdom attack, I always felt like the Vanessa flashback and the quote unquote resolution was a bit too abrupt and was not satisfactory, and we it felt like we just steered away into a different kind of conflict. I'm really glad that they uh, closed that thread, that plot thread, no pun intended, back here, and this is what is circling back to complete the arc. This was Vanessa's arc as much as it was Asta and say Mars and Fana. This was Vanessa's arc first and foremost, and I really like how her magic is so uniquely tied to her backstory and the themes of fate and destiny that she was struggling with. I think out of all the other Black Bulls, other than Asta, I think her magic is very much. It comes from her childhood and upbringing. The kind of magic she manifests, even though it was fated, as we have seen, as the witch had seen in her divination. But still, I really like how it's visualized in this manner. And also, it's a pretty cute cat. Can never go wrong with that. So she is her daughter, and we see that it is a similar sort of magic. Now I don't know if we went through different kinds of magic classes or groups. I think it was in the earlier episodes, like in the beginning of the show. I don't really remember if there was any rule set. Maybe different kinds of elements or how you manifest different spells. I'm not sure. I might have to go back and check, or you guys can let me know. But yeah, there is some sort of resemblance between the kind of magic you inherit from your parents, from your line of magic users. So there's that resemblance with fate and controlling through blood like a puppet, compared to this directly changing the thread of fate, which is a lot more powerful. Now, this can be very easily abused and kind of break the story in later conflicts with more dangerous enemies. So I don't know how they'll tackle that, because Vanessa can basically tell the cat, once she gets to understand the magic more, just attack so and so person and change their fate. So I don't know to what extent she can change the fate, and how early does she have to intervene to change the fate. What if someone has already been slashed? Can you do something post that? Like, what are the constraints of this magic, because it can very easily break the whole story. In that case. And what happens if you just randomly keep touching someone and keep changing the fate? Like, is it like a binary choice, like we saw here? For example, if I'm going to kill someone with a sword, there's only two choices, right? Either I kill them or I miss, or something else happens. But it more or less boils down to a binary, or maybe three choices. So does the fate just act like a railway track lever, just changes tracks from one to another track, or can it be used to induce multiple choices? I mean, this is some, you're playing with some very dangerous spells and magic system here. So I hope the author knows what he has created right now. This kind of magic is very difficult to write around and make sense in the narrative moving forward. Like, I mean, you roll a dice, right, and the cat touches you. So does it change the fate? One out of six choices, or what? You get what I mean, right? There are infinite choices to choose from depending on the situation. And if you keep touching the same subject again and again, like, what are you doing with his or her fate? So I'm sure they're going to find a way to avoid those situations later on. But yeah, that is very interesting for a magical power. Definitely, after Asta's power, this might be my favorite. I mean, Yami's is also pretty cool with the darkness, but this has a lot of different connotations. This has a lot of different possible uses, which are which can be very creative. I don't know how much Vanessa will play a role moving forward. I think her arc is going to be resolved maybe by next episode, and then she'll move into a background character along with the other Black Bulls. So I don't know, but she has been built up along with Finral over the past few arcs, right? I really like both the characters, how they have worked along with Asta quite well. So that will be very interesting. Yeah, the witch has been defeated. Now, thematically or character wise, what led to her defeat, right? It's her obsession with perfection and that ego that since I am perfect or I deem myself perfect, I cannot fail. And that unfound confidence in her own magic. I don't know how she was planning to take control of Vanessa whenever she manifested that magic. Seemed like a pretty big oversight on her part. It's like she never thought that the puppet that I raised could defy me, could overthrow me. So that led to her downfall. It being a cat is, like I said, pretty cute and pretty apropos for the thread of fate. You know how cats like to play with balls of yarn, and it itself is made up of threads, which is also pretty cool. What else happened here? Yeah, Asta resisting her, obviously because he's quite stubborn. But if it was not for Vanessa, half the crew would have died, basically. Also, yeah, this episode itself tackles so many different themes, right? About the bonds we make and the bonds that are already there when we are born, right? The family bonds that you are born with, and it's taboo or it's seen as a bad thing to break them, and the new bonds you form as friends and found family, which she has, which every member in Black Bulls has, right? Because of Yami, and how that's tied with fate and destiny, and her magic, which is visualized as threads of destiny. It's all interweaved together rather nicely. And we see this when she is literally trapped in a cage like a bird, a bit on the nose, but it gets the message across. Right? And you see the bars are quite big, and she can easily escape whenever she wants to, right? But because of that mental pressure, that it seems like a mountain of a task to escape, right? Because she has been entrapped here since she was a child, so her world and her choices and what she can do, what is in her realm of possibility, is all confined to this one cage. And that's the real tragedy of people who have been imprisoned since childhood, of a long time, by the tormentors, right? Everything seems impossible. Anything outside this cage feels unsafe. It feels like something that you cannot do despite how badly you want to, because of the unknown fear, that irrational fear that is put in place by your kidnapper. Basically, she is kind of captured and kidnapped here. So I really like how the visuals do play into this, and it is shown that yeah, it's been years, since she was captured. So no wonder she will never even think of escaping until Yami comes and shows her how easily it is to escape. There's a big hole, your bars are broken, you can escape whenever you want to, and she does take that leap. And had she not done that, she would never have, like the moment she takes that leap forward and joins with Yami, that is when her destiny was changed and she had broken free of the witch. It's only now that she kind of properly closes that a whole story of her, right? That whole chapter in her life, that yes, I am free of you, and this new spell that I've gained, that you have been after, this new spell is going to close that chapter for me properly, and I'm going to be rid of your clutches, of your influence over me completely. So overall, it wraps up her story very nicely, and that's why I think this might be my favorite backstory out of all of the Black Bull members. So I'm really glad we got a continuation of this, and does play into the story of this arc, and she does have agency, because that is, she had to be the one to stop the witch, right? That is the whole thing of her having the agency and having that power to change her own destiny. And with the last tap that the cat makes on the witch itself, that's kind of like breaking the bond completely between mother and daughter. So yeah, all around pretty good. Very nicely written this whole episode. I really liked it. Anything else that caught my eye? Yeah, quite a few interesting lines. Also, what Yami says, right? Always surpass your limits. Make your own destiny. Crush fate itself. So tied to his ideology of doing the impossible, right? Of not restricting yourself to what others tell you that you can or can't do. There was this one very cool line here. Yeah, if I'm a bird trapped in a cage, which means that I should also have wings to fly. That's a pretty good line. That's a pretty good line. I really liked it. How she changed her mindset, right? She's not a bird trapped in a cage, but a bird that can fly once the cage has been opened. And that's how she meets up with all the other members. Finral and Vanessa, I I think that is pretty cute because these two are seniors, right? So they're probably the founding members of the whole group. So yeah, all around pretty good, pretty nice episode. So yeah, let's wrap up there and see what happens. The witch has been defeated. Asta is out of her grasp. Looks like we'll be wrapping up the arc next episode. So yeah, kudos to Yami and Vanessa, especially for saving our lives here. Yeah, let's see what happens next week and we move forward. Bye.